So, what do you think the solution is to the jobs that are going to be lost because of AI and robotics? The jobs due to automation, the jobs due to no longer do we need human beings to do these jobs because AI is doing them. Do you think it's going to be some sort of a universal basic income thing? Do you think there's going to be some other kind of solution that has to be implemented? Because a lot of people are going to be out of work, right?
Um, I think there will be actually a high demand for jobs, but not necessarily the same jobs. So, I mean, this is actually this process has been happening throughout modern history. I mean, there used to be like doing calculations manually with like a pencil and paper. It used to be a job. So they used to have like buildings full of people called computers, where the banks would like all you do all day is you do calculations because they didn't have computers. They didn't have digital computers that people do.
Abacus.
Yeah, well, it was just people would just like add and subtract stuff on a piece of paper, and that would be how banks would do financial processing.
And you'd have to literally go over their equations to make sure the books are balanced.
Yeah, and most times it's just simple math. Like like in a world before computers, how did you calculate? How did you do transactions? You had to do them by hand. So then, when computers were introduced, the job of doing, bank calculations no longer existed. So people had to go do something else, um, and that's what's going to happen. That's what is happening at an accelerated rate due to AI and then robotics.
That's the issue, though, right? The accelerated rate, because it's going to be.
It's the accelerator. It's just happening. Like I said, like AI is the supersonic tsunami. So that's what I call it, supersonic tsunami. Um, so
It's like, what other jobs will be available that aren't available now because of AI?
well, AI is really still digital. Ultimately, AI can improve the productivity of humans who build things with their hands or do things with their hands, like literally uh, welding, electrical work, plumbing, anything that's physically moving atoms, um, like cooking food or farming or like anything that's physical. Those jobs will exist for a much longer time. But anything that is digital, which is like just someone at a computer doing something, AI is going to take over those jobs like lightning.
Coding, anything along
Yeah,
those lines. Yeah.
it's going to take over those jobs like lightning. Um, just like digital computers took over the job of people doing manual calculations, but much faster.
So what happens to all those people? Like, what kind of numbers are we talking about? Like, you're going to lose most drivers, right? Commercial drivers. You're going to have automated vehicles, AI
Hmm.
controlled systems. Just like there's certain ports in China, I think in Singapore, where everything's completely automated.
Yeah, mostly. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So you're going to lose a lot of those jobs, longshoreman jobs, trucking, commercial drivers.
Yeah, I mean, we actually do have a shortage of truck drivers, but there's actually
Well, that's why California's hired so many illegals to do it. Have you seen those numbers?
yeah. I mean, the problem is like when people don't know how to drive a semi truck, which is actually a hard thing to do, then they crash and kill people.
Yeah.
A friend of mine's wife was killed by an illegal driving a truck, and she was just out biking, and there was an illegal who didn't know how to drive the truck or something. I mean, and he ran her over. So I mean, the like thing is like for something like you can't let people drive, uh, you know, a sort of an 80,000 pound semi if they don't know how to do it. But in California, they're just letting people do it.
Because they need people to do it.
Well, they want the votes and that kind of thing. Um, but yeah, like cars are going to be autonomous. But there's just so many desk jobs where really what people are doing is they're processing email, or they're answering the phone, and just anything that is that isn't moving atoms, like anything that is not physically, like doing physical work, that will obviously be the first thing. Those jobs will be and are being eliminated by AI at a very rapid pace. Um, um, and ultimately, working will be optional because you'll have robots plus AI, and we'll have, in a benign scenario, universal high income, not just universal basic income, universal high income, meaning anyone can have any products or services that they want.
So you
But there will be a lot of trauma and disruption along the way.